Good evening, friends. My topic today is saving and investments. It's a bit illogical because right now we are in a festive month, and right now everybody is in the mood of spending. And what I'm going to talk about is saving. So right now we are all surrounded with plenty of offers. So we all have these offers on our smartphones as well as on our emails. So every place where we socialize. I also have two offers for you today. My first offer for you is, I'm going to give you 1 crore 25 lakh rupees, and what I want in return is 125 rupees. How many of you would be ready for this offer? Please raise your hands. Please. Most of you all, right? Okay, now for the second offer. Now in my second offer, I'm going to give you 125 rupees, and in return, you have to give me 1 crore 25 lakh rupees. Now, how many for this offer? Nobody? Okay, so today I'm going to share an idea with you with which, by a mere 125 rupees, you can build a corpus of 1 crore 25 lakh rupees. So it's a bit illogical, but let's see how it proceeds. Okay, so let's start with some stats. Now, there's a recent report, a survey which was published recently by HSBC. This survey tells us that 65% of the working class, if given a choice, aged between 40 and 45, they would like to go for retirement in the next 5 years. And the reason as to why they would go for retirement is, maximum percent of them, 43% of them say that it is the work pressure due to which they would like to go for early retirement. So it is the work stress, the mental stress that they go through is the main reason. A large number of them are also cited reasons as spending quality time with their family as to why they would like to go for early retirement. And an equal large number of them have said that this early retirement would give them an opportunity to pursue other interests that they have. So basically, worldwide, people have seen early retirement as a chance of reinventing themselves and starting new, getting into a new beginning. And the global data as well suggests the same thing. So if you look at global data, in Argentina, there's 78% of people who have the same opinion. In France, it is 77%. In China, it is 75%, and so is with UK. So basically, we all would like to retire early, and we all would like to retire rich. But then there's a saying, perception and reality are different things. So this is perception. Now let's look at the reality. The report also suggests, the same report suggests, that there are a few hurdles which are there in front of these pre-retirees or people who are thinking of an early retirement. And the main hurdles are, 54% of them say that if they go for an early retirement, then they may find it difficult to sustain. They may find it difficult to survive. They will go through financial stress, or they'll struggle financially. And therefore, they may not opt for an early retirement. A large number of people, around 27% of them, say that they have dependents. So they have family members who are dependent on their income, and therefore, they may not, early retirement not be the right choice for them. And an equal number of them say that due to debt that they have, if the income stops, then repaying that debt would become a bit difficult for them. Okay. A report which was recently published by Reserve Bank of India, this tells us that Indians, as they grow older, they accumulate debt. Now this is something which is very serious. 77% of Indians never ever think of retiring. So is it that they love their work? Are they satisfied with it? No. They cannot think of retiring because they don't have that option. If they retire, then it would be difficult for them to survive, and therefore they don't have an option. They are going to work till the last day. Now if you look at this pie chart here, this pie chart will tell you the seriousness of the issue. 77% of Indians do not plan for their retirement. Only 23% of them are planning or thinking of getting into a plan for their future. So this is serious, and this what makes it more serious is this report by NSSO. This is a healthcare report, the cost of health in India. If you look at this report tells you that a large number of people do not go for medical advice because of one reason, and that is financial constraint. A large number of people go for medical treatment based on money that they have borrowed from friends, relatives, and others. So this is very serious. An important thing which we all need to consider here is life expectancy. Whenever we think about future, we think only till the age of 60. There we forget that we are going to live more number of years. The life expectancy in India in 1960 was 41. In 2015, it was 68. In the next 20 years, the life expectancy in India is going to be 80. So therefore, if you're going to think about the future, then you need to think for those 20 more years that you're going to live. And after retirement, your expenses don't go down, they go up in form of medical expenses. Okay, so then everybody who's sitting here today, in the next 30 years, by 2050, we all will be reaching our retirement age of 60. And therefore, this topic is the most important topic for all of us today. Now, if you look at this slide, in the next 5 to 7 years, there's going to be a population explosion. India is going to be the #1 country in the world in terms of population. So we're going to overtake China. Anytime between 2022 and 2024. Everybody who's sitting here today, by 2050, we all are going to go towards our retirement, or maybe cross 60. So around 32 million Indians are going to reach that level. And therefore, this topic is very important. So then, why are these statistics showing us a grim picture? Now, the first reason for this is, so we all save, no doubt about it, but our savings are into assets which do not match the inflation. So what is inflation? Inflation is nothing but the general increase in price. So your rupee is continuously devaluing. So therefore, the current inflation is around 5%. So you need to be invested in asset classes which are growing more than 5%. Now if you look at this, an expense of 20,000 today, by 2050 is going to be a lakh of rupees. What is the reason? One reason, that is inflation. At your retirement, you're going to require a corpus of 1.5 to 2 crores to sustain your further life, right? And the medical inflation today in India is the highest, around 12 to 12.5%. So the regular inflation is 5%, but the medical inflation is 12.5%. Therefore, this is very important. The second reason as to why people go through problems is investment in household savings. So like traditionally it has been going on. If you have got money, what do you do with it? Invest in a fixed deposit. But today the interest rates are going down and your fixed deposits are not able to generate wealth when compared to the inflation that is there, right? So fixed deposits is the first thing, second is gold, third is insurance. All these asset classes are generating a return of 5 to 6%. So then what's the solution? The solution is investing in equity and investing in mutual funds, right? But then why don't people do it? People don't do it because of lack of awareness. I don't have knowledge. So when there's lack of awareness, it's like this story, the elephant and 6 blind men. So then when you don't have knowledge, you feel getting into the equity markets or getting into mutual fund investments is like gambling. It's like speculation. So will my money be safe? So you have plenty of doubts that come to your mind and therefore you don't come here. So then what is the solution? The solution is only one thing, and that is knowledge. Now if you look at this recent survey that was done by Aviva, in this survey, they have got these two index. The first index is the Dream Index, means the number of Indians who are aware of their life goals. And the second one is the Plan Index, which means the number of Indians who are prepared for their future or who are prepared or equipped to achieve the goals. Now, we all have read and we all have heard that dreamers are achievers, right? But in our case, in case of the Indians, it's not so. 61% of Indians dream. How many achieve? Only 24%. So this again is very serious. Okay. So then why does this happen? I believe this happens because of one reason, and that is Indian mystery of life. So what is the Indian mystery of life? Indian mystery of life is till 25 we study, so we complete our education. Then between 25 and 29 we start earning. So I get a job, or maybe I start a business. So I start earning small. Then between 29 and 32 I get married. Means what? I'm increasing my expenses. And later on, between 32 and 38, then we have children. So your expenses are going to rise further. And when you're at the age of 40, your children start going to school. And that is the time when you realize the importance of saving. And by the age of 40, half of your life is already gone. Now you have to prepare for your retirement, and you've got only 20 years to prepare. Right? Therefore, it is very serious. So then, and to add to this, India is young, plus India is spending. So India is young today. The median age in India today is only 27. Today, I remember my childhood days when we used to wait for that one day throughout the year when we could officially go out with our parents for shopping. So it used to be some festive period, right? But today we all have got smartphones, and we all our smartphones are loaded with those shopping apps, and we tend to buy things which are not even required. So maybe we shop every day, right? So then another important thing is changing lifestyle. So every weekend we have to go out, we go to malls, we go to restaurants, so the lifestyle also is changing. So basically we are young and we are also spending. And the most important thing is we lack seriousness related to saving and investment. Why? Because we feel that this is something meant for our parents. So the day I become a parent, I will also start it. But by then, it will already be very late. Okay. So then what I did was, when my son became 10 years old, I took him to a bank, we opened an account, and every week I started taking him to the bank to deposit a small amount of 125 rupees. So every week we deposited 125 rupees. At the end of 1 month, I started an SIP for him of 500 rupees. So then he had a lot of questions. Why are you doing this? What's going to happen? So I told him that, see, your money is going to grow. We are investing. So he said, how can it grow? Is it a sapling which is going to become a plant? I said, yes. When you nurture, it will flourish. And 1 year later, when this amount of 6,000 rupees became 6,400, that was a wow moment for him. And I believe we all can give a wow moment to ourselves and our children. By doing what? By educating them. Educating of what is right and what is not. So therefore, the solution on all the things that we have discussed, 3 points. The first one is start investing at an early age, use the power of compounding, and the third most important thing is start educating your children related to saving and investment right from the age of 10, so that when they grow up, they will also be able to pass it on to their children. So how does saving early help? Saving early helps in this way. Now if you look at this slide, now there are 3 people who have started at 3 different time frames. So the first person starts saving and investing at the age of 20 rupees. So 125 rupees every week, 500 rupees a month, started at the age of 20 till his retirement, grows up to become 30 lakh rupees till retirement. Now if you look at the last person who started investing at the age of 40 till his retirement, his corpus grows to only 3.5 lakh rupees. A difference of 10 times between 20 years. So therefore, this tells you that you have to start investing at an early age. It could be as low as 125 rupees a week. Higher, the better. The second important thing is, now if you look at this slide, this tells you our goal of 1 crore 25 lakh rupees. If you start at birth, you'll have to invest only 326 rupees. If you start at the age of 10, you'll have to invest only 850 rupees, so on and so forth. So till the time, so if you think of starting at the age of 50, you'll have to invest 62,000 rupees per month to reach this target. So what is easy? Easy is starting early and investing consistently. That is what is important. And why does this happen? This happens because of the power of compounding. So if you look at this slide, in the initial years, you don't see your money growing, but in the later years, you see your money growing by leaps and bounds. So like they say, the initial years are the years when your patience is going to be tested, but in the later years, your patience is going to reward you handsomely. That is how it is. So now friends, I want to know how many of you can save 125 rupees a week. Please raise your hands. Everybody? Wow, that's a very great response. That gives me a lot of energy. I believe what we should be doing is, we should be passing on this message not to our relatives, but to our friends as well as our colleagues and anybody and everybody whom you meet. Pass it on to them. If everybody does this, we will not only build an India, or it will not only help people achieve financial freedom, but it will also help us build the next generation which is strong financially and on a strong footing. Therefore, I believe whatever we have discussed is truly logical. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.